Hi everyone, and welcome to my review of a sequel to one of the biggest hits of 2012. Yes, this is my review of Magic Mike XXL. I did see it, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, even though the trailers never grabbed me, I had some honest interest in seeing this film, because in 2012, one of the biggest surprises for me, and someone who wasn't a fan of Channing Tatum at the time, was that I really enjoyed Magic Mike. Not only was it a film about male stripping, but the movie had heart and soul. It had an interesting character, Channing Tatum as Magic Mike. There was a love story that I really liked. It was shot beautifully, Steven Soderbergh as the director. And I thought it was a really great character study as well. So I walked away going, wow. They made a movie about stripping, and it was actually great. And I can't really say that when it comes to movies about female stripping. I honestly can't say if there is a good female stripping movie. There may be some guilty pleasures, but really no, I can't really think. So I had the honest excitement to see this film, hoping we would get the same great balance of all the beefcake for, you know, who people are interested in that, and then also a really compelling story about these guys and their struggle with life and, you know, enjoying their job and being around lots of women, but at the same time, you know, they've got issues and problems. And so this movie takes place 3 years after, it's been 3 years, so it takes place 3 years after the last film. Matthew McConaughey, who is not in this film, we get an explanation of why he's not there. Sadly, that was one of the biggest problems I had even going into this film. I did like the Matthew McConaughey character from the original film, but this is Channing Tatum's Magic Mike story. And within the last 3 years, Channing Tatum has really grown on me as an actor. I really like him, even if he's in a terrible movie that I don't like or in a great movie that I love. I've grown to like him as an actor. Even though he probably plays the same kind of character each time, I like the guy. I really did. So we get Magic Mike. He has, you know, gone away from the stripping world. He has a successful, somewhat successful business with designing furniture and delivering it. But his friends are in town. We find out why Matthew McConaughey is not with them anymore, and he decides to go on a journey with these guys to some part of the country to be a part of this huge convention or competition dealing with male strippers. And there's a road trip movie and this whole journey of them getting back together, get the gang back together and go compete and, you know, have fun and hopefully get some action on the way. So for the most part, besides Matthew McConaughey, the entire cast is back. We've got all the Superman lookalikes that we like from other movies and TV shows. We got Gabriel Iglesias' funny man from the first movie as well, and I actually have seen his comedy since then, and I like him as a comedian, as a storyteller. But it's, you know, there's cameos, you know, Elizabeth Banks shows up, and Jada Pinkett Smith shows up, and Andie MacDowell shows up as the women characters, if you want to call them that. You know, they were kind of just stereotypical women, not really given any depth, in my opinion. But, you know, I was hoping, okay, we get a great story. Yes, we're going to get, like, some interesting story. And after an hour into this film, I stopped really giving a damn. I really gave it the benefit of the doubt, even though it was completely unnecessary and completely pointless leading up to that hour. The film goes on for another hour, and it continues to be completely unnecessary and completely pointless. I feel, this is my feeling, my honest feeling about, you know, again, why this movie got made, of course, cash, money. You know, the first one was such a hit. This is definitely, now that I've seen it, it's a complete cash grab. But this movie shows everything that I was worried about when I was going to see the first movie. That I thought I'd get some shallow look at men and women and their desires, and we would just get a bunch of beefcake scenes and stripping scenes, and we never would get any depth. And to my surprise, of course, the first movie delivered much more than I ever expected. This scene is just one scene after scene of just really pointless dialogue that really goes nowhere, to a scene where they take off their clothes. So I just feel all the women who loved Magic Mike but complained that there was story and character and a love story and female nudity and not enough male nudity, they complained. And so the people that made this film decided to make the movie that those people wanted. That's just This is what I feel after seeing Magic Mike XXL. Sadly, Steven Soderbergh has retired for some reason from directing, even though he's doing television. But his AD is here that has worked with him time and time again, and Steven Soderbergh is here as his executive producer and director of photography, so I will give the credit where credit's due. The movie does look good, because it looks like a Steven Soderbergh movie, but it does not feel like a Steven Soderbergh film. There's no heart and soul. There's just lots and lots of testosterone and estrogen, but no real depth to anything that's going on. I did not care 1 second of this film. When it came down to it, even though I did give it an hour of my time, I stayed till the end of the film, but I do not care 1 second about this movie. This movie really upset me. I know I'm not the demographic. I know this is not, I'm not the person that they made this film for. I realize that. I totally understand it. But what you did the first time and what you got so right, you gave all the women what they wanted, but then you gave the other person in the audience who really wanted depth and story and excitement and a character to care about, you gave them all that. This time, you just gave us all the fluff and all this unimportant, unnecessary, stupid, silly, no plot. This film has no plot whatsoever. There's a very thin, if you want to call it a plot, fine, call it a plot. I'm not going to call it a plot. Very thin thing that's happening that brings all these characters together. Again, Matthew McConaughey made the right decision to move on with his career, and he's doing better, he's winning Oscars and being in all these great stuff that's coming out. Best choice he ever made is not being a part of this project. Congratulations to Matthew McConaughey not being a part of this film. I'm so thankful, because this movie is garbage, it's trash, and it's everything I really worried about come to life when I was going to see the first film. I will own Magic Mike. I enjoyed Magic Mike. It was a great character study that reminded me of the great films of the 1970s, where a lot of those movies kind of focused on people. There maybe wasn't a good guy or a bad guy, but just focused on people and their journey, whatever life choices they made. With this one, it's just what it is, and it left me upset and mad and pissed off. And for that, I'm going to give Magic Mike XXL, which is one of the most unnecessary and pointless films I've ever seen in my entire life, and the worst movie as of right now, the worst film I've seen in 2015. For that, I'm going to be very generous right now and give Magic Mike XXL 1 star out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.